Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Thursday and I have another unbagging for you guys. This is a different unbagging. This is a Snippets bag from Cotton Cuts. Now, I was introduced to Cotton Cuts through Crystal Hart. She was putting together the mystery puzzle quilt, which I signed up for the next one. But as what is usual in my life, if somebody introduces me to something I'm unsure of, I will watch several videos on it just to see if it's something I might be interested in. So I did a search on YouTube for Cotton Cuts and I came across Maker Jane. And Maker Jane does a lot of English paper piecing, but she introduced me to the Snippets bag. And so I decided to get one, and I've gotten my first one already, and I've already processed it. This was back in May, back in the end of May. And I went ahead and processed it, and I thought, this is pretty cool. Let me get a couple more and see if I, continue to like them. So I went ahead and got some more, and this is my, not some more, but I went ahead and subscribed. This is my second one. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to show you what it is. And then I'm going to attempt to use this army thing right here that I have. And I'm going to attempt to view downward and show you exactly how I'm going to process these scraps. These are different than the Fat Quarter Shop scraps because these are what is left over after they die cut the pieces for their mystery quilts. So remember that when you're looking at them. But there were some really, really good usable pieces. I paid $10. That includes shipping. So I thought it was a pretty good deal, especially if you were into scrappy quilts or string quilts. Little hint. Okay, every month they send out a block of the month. It has a little coloring thing on the back that you can color in your design to figure out what you want to use. I think I am going to end up doing something with these. I do believe they all come out 12 by 12, so stay tuned. I have them right here, and they send you a pencil. This one says Passion for Stashin'. This is my second pencil, so you can always use a good pencil. So that is what is in this bag. Okay, so let's open it up, and here it is. Now, when I first watched Maker Jane, she talked about how when she would get it, they were all coordinated. But the past couple of bags that she showcased, because I watched about 5 or 6 unbaggings from her, they were not coordinated. So let's see what we have. Okay, so this will give you, this right here will give you a good idea of what you get. So this right here, see, it's definitely scraps. Now I'm going to show you why I got this. One of the reasons why I liked it is I want to make a salvage quilt. Now I quilt mainly from scraps, pre-cuts, so I don't get salvages. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy yardage very often, so salvages are not something that I get. So the last bag, I got a ton of salvages, and this is another one. This is called Little Goldie. So the salvage is there. You also get these, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these. You get strips if you want to make a string quilt, and you also, because this is folded, is length of fabric, you get a pretty decent, I don't have my, yeah, I do have a ruler. This piece right here is roughly 4 inches. So remember, this whole bag is $10. It does take some work. You do have to process it. So, and then here's another piece, the same, except this one is not on a fold, but nice salvage. Like I said, if you want to make a salvage quilt, this might be. And then this is another nice piece right here. Again, they're all die cut. So, and then this is on the fold right here, this one. This one looks like it's probably going to be more like 3 inches. Cute fabric. And I got some batiks. No, these are not batiks. These just chroma. Again, big piece. It's a free spirit. Like I said, it is scraps. You do have to process them. It does take work. This is another chroma Northcott. Right here. I'm not showing that close enough for y'all. This one I love because it's got these little, I guess with Goldie, it's got little bears on it, little flowers. And then over here is little Goldilocks. Isn't she cute? This is another chroma, just a lighter color. And then you get these little strips every now and then. And then here's the batiks. Here's some more, well, these aren't, but here's some more strips. These are just strips. I don't know if these are miscuts or what, but, and then these are pretty. These are folded. I'm not, as you're watching me struggle to unfold fabric, these are folded. So they're a decent size. These again look, what, about 3? Yeah, 3 1/4 inches. So these are decent sizes. And then there's these right here, and these again are folded. So okay, so I am going to attempt to film downward and see if this works. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take last month's bag, so you'll see some different fabrics. I'm going to take last month's bag because those are all ironed and pressed and cut, and I will show you guys, you know, let me show you right here what I'm going to do instead of doing the downward thing just yet. I'm going to show you right here. You're going to see this right here. This is a triangle. I feel like I'm teaching kindergarten. This is a triangle. I am cutting these off. And so keep that in mind. I am cutting these into triangles. I'm cutting these strips. These are going in my string basket. And then these end pieces that are folded, after I cut the triangle off, I keep these big folded pieces. So keep that in mind when I show you exactly what I'm doing. And it'll take me a couple of months before I actually get to, a couple months of getting these bags before I actually feel like I have enough variety to do what I want to do. So let me move this pile of fabric over here. And I'm going to show you. I'm not going to do a downward. Sorry. I keep talking about it. I have the arm, but I really have a hard time not being able to see what you guys see. So I need to really experiment with that and see if there's a way that I can broadcast it on my iPad or something so I can see what you guys are seeing. So I'm going to show you what I do. Okay. So I cut those pieces that I showed you into triangles. And here is my bag of triangles right here. I've already cut them and I've starched them. Just a light starch. I use Stay Flow starch that I mix in one of those continuous spray bottles. And so I starched them. So I kind of have them by size. And you can see right here what I've done. So when I get enough of a variety, I want to make some half square triangles with these. Just a bunch of different sizes of half square triangles. A while back, I saw a quilt that a lady made with a ton of different sizes of half square triangles. They kind of started off, I think, big and worked their way smaller, I want to say. Anyway, I want to do something with half square triangles. So that's what I'm using these triangle pieces for. So I just sit down or stand up at my sewing table, my cutting table, when I have a few free minutes, and I starch the piece. I iron them, and then I starch them, and then I cut them. First thing I do is I cut all the triangles out. And then I take the wide pieces, the pieces that are 2.5 inches or wider, and I put them in another bag. I just use, you know, Ziploc bags. I'm going to move on to, I bought some storage containers today. I'm going to move on to those. But right now, these are all at least 2.5 by 2.5. So there are some that are kind of like this right here. I really need to trim down. But for the most part, they're at least 2.5 inches. And so that's what I do with those. And then the next bag I have are, and I'm just going to show you the bag. These are strings. This is anything smaller than 2.5. Now, there is a method that I saw by Becky Tillman of Quilted Twins. I believe her last name's Tillman. Using 1.5 inch strips. I'm thinking. I also have a book that I purchased recently that uses 2 by 3.5 inch rectangles for a bunch of different quilt patterns. If I had it nearby, I'd show it to you, but I think it's in my living room. So anyway, so this bag is anything smaller than 2.5. 2 1/4, 2, 1.5. Anything smaller goes into this bag. They're all ironed. Now, granted, in this bag, they're probably going to get a little wrinkly, but for the most part, they are ironed. And then this. These are my selvages. And so I will take everything that's a selvage, I will cut it off, and I will put it in here. They're generous selvages too. This is from, like I said, this is from last month. So they're generous. So I will get a good portion of the pattern. Now, in making selvage quilts, I like seeing part of the fabric. I've seen where all you see is the selvage, and I don't care for that. I like seeing part of the fabric. So that is something that that's why I like these. I don't get selvages on my fabrics, so this is my way of getting it. And then this is also one from last month. So this is a decent one. This is so pretty. I would love to get some of this fabric. And then I got a ton of this one. When I opened the bag, I was like, oh God, don't let it be all of this fabric, but a ton of this selvage. So this is by Art Gallery. This is All Is Well. So pretty. Look at that. So anyway, so this is how I process them. Maybe when I get a little bit more comfort in that downward view thing, I will be able to show you guys exactly how I process them. But this is my plan for these bags. Selvages smaller than 2.5. 2.5. Now these may get cut into squares or what what's her name? Quiltville, Bonnie Hunter. Bonnie Hunter calls bricks, I think it is that she calls them, where it's basically, you know, 2.5 by, I think, 3.5. No, 2.5 by 4.5, or 2 by 3.5, that kind of brick. These may end up getting cut into that, or they may not. I haven't decided yet. I might just leave them. And then my triangles. For my half square triangles. And then I have this. Why? I don't know, but I had these. This was what was left of what I considered unusable. I had a few, this is my trash from the quilt I was making, and so I'm looking. I had very, look, like this, very few of this by the time I cut up my fabric. So not bad at all. So everything, if you're a scrappy quilter, and if you don't mind ironing and cutting, and honestly, that's probably my favorite thing to do. So if you don't mind doing all that, this is a scrap bag you might be interested in. Might be something that you know, you would enjoy getting. Because like I said, I enjoy it. I enjoy this kind of thing. I enjoy these kind of quilts. I enjoy scrappy quilts. But anyway, so today I was supposed to show you a quilt. That didn't happen because I put the last stitches on, even filmed it, y'all. And I helped. Neighbors walking their dog. Anyway, I put the last stitches in. I held it up to look at it. And I had a block sewn wrong. I had to rip that whole last row. In fact, I'm not even done ripping it out yet. I got to rip that whole last row out. I got to fix it. Normally, I'm like, it's good. But this was like really, really bad. Really bad. So I need to do that. I need to finish that today. And as soon as that is done, I will show you guys. So that is all I have today. I will see you guys Tuesday, Lord willing. Happy stitching.